The village that disappeared overnight. In the heart of the African savanna, nestled between rolling hills and a great river, there once stood a prosperous village called Obikan. The people of Obikan were known far and wide for their fertile lands, abundant harvests, and peaceful lives. But what made Obikan truly unique was a sacred covenant with the ancient spirits of the land. Generations ago, the spirits had blessed the village, promising endless bounty, but only if the people respected the old ways, honored nature, and never broke the sacred pact. For centuries, Obikan thrived. But as time passed, greed and arrogance took root, and one fateful night, the entire village vanished without a trace. This is their story. Long ago, the first chief of Obikan, Baba Amalu, made a deal with the spirits of the hills. The spirits, pleased with the chief's respect, granted Obikan rich lands, flowing rivers, and endless food. But they warned. The land is alive. If you take too much and give nothing back, the land will take everything from you. So, every year, on the night of the full moon festival, the villagers offered gifts to the spirits, bowls of fresh yam, calabashes of palm wine, and sacred dances of gratitude. And for centuries, the village prospered. The arrival of greed. Years passed, and a new chief, Kabiyesi Adigun, took the throne. Unlike the wise rulers before him, Adigun was hungry for more wealth, more power, more land. Why must we waste food on spirits, he scoffed. We are the ones who farm, the ones who toil under the sun. The spirits do nothing. The village elders gasped. Do not break the covenant, they warned. Without the spirits' blessing, Obikan will fall. But Adigun laughed. Old men and their old stories. The spirits are gone. We are the masters of this land now. That year, for the first time in centuries, the full moon festival was cancelled. The people kept the harvest for themselves, ignoring the murmurs of the wind, the rustling of the trees, the unease in the air. And then, strange things began to happen. The signs of doom. First, the rivers dried up overnight. Fishermen woke to find the great waters of Obikan had turned into cracked earth. Then, the crops withered and died. The yam fields, once golden with abundance, rotted to dust. And then, the animals fled. The goats, the cattle, even the birds disappeared into the forests, as if running from something unseen. Fear gripped the villagers. We must appease the spirits, the elders cried. But Chief Adigun silenced them. Nonsense. We do not need spirits to survive. Yet, deep in the forest, the drums of the ancestors began to beat. The final warning. One night, a mysterious old woman appeared in the village square. She was hunched with age, her skin wrinkled like the bark of an ancient tree, and her eyes glowed like dying embers. Foolish children, she croaked, you have angered the land. The villagers trembled. Leave now, she warned. Leave before the night swallows you whole. But Chief Adigun laughed in her face. Old woman, your tricks do not scare us. Obikan stands strong. The woman sighed. Then may the land judge you. She turned, and vanished into the night mist. And that was the last night Obikan was ever seen. The vanishing. At midnight, the wind howled like 1,000 voices crying out. A heavy mist rolled in from the hills, thick as smoke, swallowing the village. The people awoke to whispers, soft, eerie voices floating in the air. Then came the footsteps. Heavy. Slow. Marching through the streets. Who goes there? The guards called. But no one answered. The mist crept into every hut, every home, wrapping around the people like ghostly fingers. Children screamed. Mothers wept. The elders prayed, but the gods did not answer. And then, silence.
By sunrise, Obikan was gone. No huts. No people. No signs of life. Only an empty field, covered in mist, where the village once stood. The wandering boy. Only one survivor remained, a young boy named Olu. He had been in the forest that night, searching for lost goats. When he returned, his home was nothing but mist and silence. For days, Olu searched. He screamed the names of his family. But there was no one left to answer. Weeping, he wandered from village to village, telling the tale of Obikan's doom. But many did not believe him. A whole village cannot just disappear, they said. Yet, those who dared to visit the site found nothing but whispers in the wind. And at night, if you stand where Obikan once stood, you can still hear them, the voices of the lost, calling through the mist. Leave now, before the night swallows you too. And so, the village of Obikan became a legend, a warning passed from generation to generation. Some say that on the night of a full moon, if you wander too close to the hills, the mist will rise again. And if you listen closely, you might hear the whispers of the lost souls, calling out, "Leave, before the night swallows you too."